Hi, Adele.
Hi, Karen.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Can I offer you a drink, please? We have a little bit of sparkling apple juice or water, and then we have a few soft drinks. All right. You help yourself to before it's too much alcohol.
Yeah. So,
I saw the one big one, did you got one up?
yeah, I just want to go and see that.
Yeah.
You want to come with me and see it? Oh, you saw it? Okay, I was thinking that I was going to go there.
These paintings that we see here is part of a series that you've been working on, or
Yes, it is. I've been working on the abstracted landscapes for about 6 years, and this is kind of these brand new works in this exhibit today at the AGGV are a sort of a spin-off of a new direction with the abstractions.
so how many pieces do you have here?
I have 7 in the show. There's 1 in the gift shop, and then there's 6 in here, along with Sean Goddard's bugs, which are just wonderful crawling on the walls.
When you say a new direction in this series, can you explain a little bit more?
Well, I think they're just a little more ethereal. I don't know how to describe it. There's a lot of roots and visible root-like inferences, and the textures are, I think, a little more explicit, and they're, I guess, somewhat simplified. It's kind of like the less is more, paring down to the marrow with this work. Okay, and in this most recent work, I guess the tones are more earthy and in the brown tones, and some rusts and blues. I've gone more into the blues as well. And it's been quite exciting to take these divergences to a new level.
Would you say that many of the landscapes are like cityscapes or industrial escapes?
I'm really leaning towards more. There's this one behind us is called Industrial Impact, and I think with some degree of consciousness about the environment, these paintings are just happening. They're coming out because of what's happening to our environment, and as I said, impact. So I guess that's what I'm trying to achieve.
Hey, why insects?
Why insects? Definitely been asked that a lot. The simple answer is I think they're pretty cool. I think the medium, whether it's the shaping of the glass or the copper, I think it works quite well. And the diversity is insane. It's endless, really.
Can you talk about the materials that they used for the insects?
Sure, yeah. For a typical piece, most of the dark body is made with sheet copper. There'll be different highlights that show the copper, but generally I form the body by pounding out sheet copper, finishing it off with a patina to darken it. And then if it's not the metal, it's portions of glass. Like for when I make a beetle, the thorax and the elytra are made with generally dichroic glass that I shape over steel first, and then traditional cut glass for, say, the flight wing.
So, talking about the glass, can you talk a little bit more about the type of glass that you use for the wings in these cases?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, for the dragonfly here, the eyes are made with dichroic on black. So they don't let any light through. They're much like the glass I use in the beetles. So that's dichroic glass on black. So I shape it over steel first. And now the wings on this particular piece is dichroic glass on clear. You'll see different colors from different angles, but it still lets a light through. Once you fire it in a kiln, there's sort of a chemical reaction that changes that glass.
So you are saying you don't use any pigments in the glass? It's all...
Not in any of these pieces. There's times when I might be making a custom piece for somebody that wants a specific type of beetle, where I will use different glass. I'll start with a piece of black glass, and I'll add different color to really custom make a beetle. But a lot of times I will just look for a really exceptional piece of glass, shape it, change it a little bit, cut it to the shapes that I want, and that glass becomes a component for my sculpture.
So how long do you think it takes you to finish one from beginning to end?
A typical one of my beetles is. Some people go, oh my gosh, that's so quick. But I mean, this is my living, so it's not that quick, really. I'd say one of my beetles is about 10 hours of me going heavy. Once you get into my bigger pieces like these dragonflies, if I can finish it with 20 of my labor hours, then I'm pretty happy. You know, but it's a process. I think I should do. Maybe you should film it for me. I should do one of those time lapse videos to see the components, from the sheet copper to the tubing and the rivets and all the different things. There's even some clock parts in these, and do a little time lapse to see and put it all together. Would be kind of fun.
And how long you been working on them, making the beetles, the sculpture?
Well, I moved to Salt Spring Island 7 years ago now, and I was already doing this for a living before then. But so I guess you could say probably 10, 12 years. But I feel once I left Tofino and settled into Salt Spring, I let go of a gallery there where I was working. Things really started to take off for me as far as investing more of my focus on my work. So I'd say probably over 10 years, but the last 5 years have been really great as far as developing things.
Another question is, do you go through books and kind of work from pictures of kind of exotic beads?
Yeah, I'm a total nerd. I go through books. I can look at if it's a well-made model or toy. The internet obviously there's so many great photographers out there capturing insects in really great ways. And if ever I get the real thing, like sometimes people bring me a dead beetle or a dead dragonfly, it's ideal because then I can flip it over and really see how the legs are attached, and see if I can. My approach to this is simple. I'm always trying to improve them. So if I finish a piece, I'm like, oh wow, what can I do differently to make it a little bit more authentic? Not that insects have rivets or gears or anything. That's my own thing. But as far as the basic shape and the length of the legs and the detail that you could see, if I can put that to my work, I will.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, SeanGoddardInsects.com. Pretty simple, nothing too flashy, but and I have a Facebook page too of the same. Yeah, and my Facebook page is actually linked to the website. So it took me years to do a website. I was too lazy to. I don't know. It was just like, I don't want to do that. You know?